twice when passing someone begging for food?
About 1 in 9 people on Earth do not have enough food to lead a healthy, active life.
We interviewed students at Round Rock High School testing their knowledge on nationwide hunger. The results were as follows.
Like in this country?
Yeah.
30, 40%, 50%, 40%. I don't know.
Nationwide, I will say that it can be the 40%.
Oh, wow. Nationwide, that struggles with hunger, I would say maybe 3 to 5 million people.
About 70.
Probably about 40%. Provide more food to food banks.
Oh my God, this is a hard question, and I just took a nap. Give some leftover food to them.
I think portion control. We've been taught that bigger is better, at least in Texas, and sometimes that translates over to how much food we eat. And this past weekend, for like my niece's graduation party, they were super strict on how much food they would make per person because they didn't want to like throw out a lot of food. They wanted to be resourceful, and if you didn't have that many people show up, you had to take it home. So they're not throwing it away either. So yeah.
We waste a lot of food, so maybe knowing our limit and not wasting so much food.
Well, I think that everybody can help, like giving something like some food or some used clothes that you don't need anymore. Well, I think that supermarkets like HEB or Walmart, maybe if they have food that is about to like end, like they could give it to people like wouldn't that need it, because like big supermarkets as HEB and Walmart, like a week before like their period of the food ends, like they throw it out.
As you can tell, most of these people are not fully aware of the hunger problems our nation is facing today. Our society turns a blind eye when facing other people's problems. Though some of us may be aware of what's going on around us, we never step up to change the problems our nation is facing. So, we asked these individuals what they try and do to help eliminate hunger in the U.S. Their answers were,
Well, you could always help like a homeless person out, give them change to go get food, or maybe give them food, or just do like little things like that, or donate to a place, or help out at a soup kitchen or something.
I think personally, I always make sure that if I order something, that I order only what I can eat. I don't really indulge. I eat until I'm content, and I try to make sure that if I know my vegetables are gonna go quote unquote bad, or my meat, I freeze it. So that way when I can use it later, I just unthaw it.
Really, first and foremost, that there are way too many hungry people in this world. And we have a lot of people to feed on this planet, but the way that the food industry is going is they're trying to make a lot of food for quickly to feed a lot of people. And that's the US really, I think. My view is I don't think every country's doing that, because there's a lot of countries who don't allow GMO, and we use GMO to grow the food faster so that we can feed more people. With that being said, there are still kids that go to school every day hungry, and their only meal is going to be their free and reduced lunch or breakfast. The school system is not allowed to give away whatever's left over. Neither are restaurants. And I think that what they technically have to do is throw away any excess food, whether it's cooked or not. And I think that if we change the system, like in France, what they did is they changed it so that all the restaurants, all the cafeteria, anything that's left over, they donate to the homeless shelter. So that eliminated their hunger problem, and we don't do that. We are the richest country in the world, and we have some of the most devastating living conditions, including hunger, and our poverty level is very low. So I think that if we could just utilize the leftovers and donate them to some of our homeless shelters or children's shelters, it would be a start to a solution.
France is the first country in the world to adopt food waste legislation of this kind. In the US, for example, legislation only extends as far as encouraging donations to nonprofit organizations. If France's prohibition laws on throwing away food promises 10 million French people the shutdown on hunger, imagine what these laws could do for our own nation. If America were to implant these same laws, our hunger rates would decrease immensely.
France is taking bold steps to fight food waste. On Tuesday, the lower house of parliament passed a bill that would penalize big supermarkets that destroy unsold but edible food. Under the law, store managers could receive a jail sentence of 2 years and a fine of 75,000 euros. The extra food must now be donated to charities or to feed animals. French people throw away up to 60 pounds of food each every year. Most of the food thrown away in developed countries ends up in landfills, while people go hungry elsewhere.
World Food USA has 3 simple rules to abide by to help out the ones who have trouble putting food on the table. These simple rules will help you not waste so much food and allow you to be conscious of what you're eating. Think, eat, and save. Think about what you're buying and when you will be eating it. You should plan meals and use shopping lists. Eat. Take smaller portions and only eat when you're hungry. Save. Save your food and save your money. Donate leftover food to food banks and become a conscious consumer. Hunger in the U.S. is the world's biggest solvable problem. If we all work hard enough, donate, and save our food, we can eliminate hunger. Contact local governors by asking for state laws on wasting food. Change starts with our youth. I can make a difference, and so can you.
I can make a difference.
Ich kann eine Veränderung machen.
Je peux changer le monde.
Yo puedo hacer una diferencia.
Hi, I can make a difference.
我可以做不同。